Broly, we been working overtime. The witness, the police, the pigs, I don't eat swine. Son of Jacob, this biblical, my flow, the holy God. Save money ground up in the gutter where they found us. Stones in the faint mouth rush. More vacays, more bucks, more race, more foreign trucks, more on a tour bus, more pour cup. Toast to the winners, throw it up.
Timothy, what a drums at?
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, this defense for the Chargers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
One of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They go play action now. Lawrence completing it here to Marvin Jones. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Second down and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I really like what Jacksonville did in free agency, and what a smart gamble, in my opinion, bringing in Evan Ingram on a 1-year deal. Best case scenario, he gets back to being the Pro Bowl player he was in 2020 and gives Trevor Lawrence a big-time weapon in the middle of the field. That duo links up there and picks up a first down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 9 at the Chargers' 42-yard line.
Now Lawrence. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
Right back to Drake. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Chargers are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
A 3-yard loss. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Play action. It's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it, right?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on fourth down. Hopkins' kick is good, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, Lawrence forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On third down, here's Etienne. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Here comes Reed. And he's out right at the 25. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Allen has it, left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. Back to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence, he's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Charger drive about to get going. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. He's got room past the 30. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
He's a gain of 27 yards. And the Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On first and 10, Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Lawrence will throw. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On third and 1, it's Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here this third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Chargers 3.
after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. They'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. Rashawn Slater, 1st-round pick in 2021, guilty there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw here, Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It will be 58 yards from here. On 3rd down, Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They snap it to Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Up the middle with Eckler. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Drake running left. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Kenyon Drake.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
That's the score. Chargers 17. Jaguars 7.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Arnold. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Lawrence to Jones for the Jacksonville 1st down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Once more, here's Eckler. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Herbert. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, two-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's Drake one more time on 2nd down. 68 yards rushing for him now to this point. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Herbert now to throw.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. And now this game is over.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. Let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job?